Welcome to Talk Smart English. Today's story is about one of the greatest scientists in history, Albert Einstein. He is known for his theory of relativity and his famous equation E equals mc squared. But behind the genius was a boy who struggled, failed, and was even called slow. This story will teach us that even if people doubt you, you can still rise and change the world. Part 1. A Quiet Child. 1. Albert Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. 2. As a child, he was very quiet. He did not speak until he was about 4 years old. 4. His parents were worried. They thought something was wrong with him. 5. When he finally spoke, he asked questions, deep, curious questions. 6. His first words showed he was always thinking. 7. Other children laughed at him because he was different. 8. Teachers thought he was lazy or slow. But inside, Albert's mind was full of ideas. Part 1. Humble Beginnings. Thomas Edison was born in 1847 in a small town in Ohio, USA. He was the youngest of 7 children in a struggling family. From the very beginning, life tested him. As a child, Edison had problems with his hearing. Some illnesses damaged his ears, and he became partially deaf for the rest of his life. Imagine being a child, unable to hear well, trying to learn in a classroom. His teachers thought he was slow and difficult. One teacher even called him addled, meaning confused or not smart. At just 7 years old, Edison was taken out of school. But here is where his story takes a turn. His mother, Nancy Edison, believed in him. She decided to teach him at home. She gave him books, encouraged his curiosity, and told him he was capable of great things. Edison later said, "My mother was the making of me. She was so true, so sure of me, and I felt I had someone to live for." Lesson 1 from Edison's life. Sometimes, all it takes is one person believing in you to change your destiny. At Talk Smart English, we learn from Edison's childhood that even if society doubts you, your story is not finished. Part 2. Struggles in School. In school, Albert did not always do well. He hated memorizing facts. He wanted to understand why things worked. Teachers became impatient. One even told him, "You will never amount to anything." These words could have broken him, but Albert refused to believe them. He loved math and physics. At home, he studied on his own. He read books outside of class and followed his curiosity. Slowly, his love of learning grew stronger than his failures. Part 3. A Curious Mind. When Albert was 5, his father showed him a compass. The needle always pointed north, even when moved. Young Albert was amazed. He wanted to know why. This small compass sparked his lifelong curiosity about nature. Later, as a teenager, he read about light, energy, and space. He dreamed of solving the mysteries of the universe. Part 2. Struggles in School. In school, Albert did not always do well. He hated memorizing facts. He wanted to understand why things worked. Teachers became impatient. One even told him, "You will never amount to anything." These words could have broken him, but Albert refused to believe them. He loved math and physics. At home, he studied on his own. He read books outside of class and followed his curiosity. Slowly, his love of learning grew stronger than his failures. Part 3. A Curious Mind. When Albert was 5, his father showed him a compass. The needle always pointed north, even when moved. Young Albert was amazed. He wanted to know why. This small compass sparked his lifelong curiosity about nature. Later, as a teenager, he read about light, energy, and space. He dreamed of solving the mysteries of the universe. Part 4. A Young Man with No Job. After finishing school, Albert wanted to become a professor, but no university would hire him. For years, he could not find a teaching job. Finally, he worked at a patent office in Switzerland. His job was to look at inventions and decide if they were new. This work was boring to many people, but Albert used it to think deeply. Every day, he sat at his desk, dreaming of time, light, and motion. In the silence of the office, he developed big ideas. Part 5. The Miracle Year, 1905. In 1905, Albert Einstein published 4 scientific papers. These papers changed physics forever. One paper explained the photoelectric effect, which later won him the Nobel Prize. Another paper introduced special relativity. He showed that time and space are connected. His equation E equals mc squared revealed that energy and matter are the same. This year is called his Annus Mirabilis, his miracle year. A man once considered slow was now leading science. Part 6. Recognition and Challenges. Einstein became famous around the world. People wanted to meet him and hear his lectures. But fame was not easy. He missed quiet time to think. He also lived during difficult times. In Germany, war and hatred were rising. Because he was Jewish, he faced discrimination. He moved to the United States in 1933. He became a professor at Princeton University. There, he continued his work and spoke for peace. Part 7. A Man of Peace. Albert Einstein believes science should help humanity. He spoke against war and violence. When World War II began, he worried about nuclear weapons. He signed a letter warning that Germany might build a powerful bomb. Later, when the atomic bomb was used, he felt sadness. He said, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." For him, knowledge was not enough. Wisdom was necessary. Part 8. Lessons from Einstein's life. Do not believe negative voices. Teacher said he would fail, but he proved them wrong. Curiosity is power. A small compass led him to study the universe. Failure is not the end. He struggled to find work, but kept thinking and learning. Think differently. While others memorized, Einstein imagined, dreamed, and asked why. Use knowledge for good. True genius is not only discovering, but also caring for humanity. This was the story of Albert Einstein, the quiet boy who grew up to become a genius. He shows us that even if people doubt you, you can still rise to greatness. Remember, curiosity, imagination, and persistence can change the world. Thank you for listening to Talk Smart English. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep believing in yourself.